Hello everyone, this is Sana Kulkarni. Today again we will start with the wave optics, that is the second session, the continued part of the last lecture. So in this we will discuss what is Huygens principle. So this is one very important principle. With the help of this the further derivations we are doing. So Huygens principle, it is one method of finding the shape and the position of the new wavefront after some instant of time from the known shape and the position of the wavefront at some earlier instant. So just you see here, that is whenever we are dropping a stone into the water, we are producing a circular rings like this, the water waves we are producing, or we are getting that waves. So at the shape of the second wavefront as well as the third wavefront, that will be known with the help of the previous one, that is the first one, because that will be taken place after certain instant of time. So the previous, with the help of the previous, we are going to find out what is the position and the shape of the new wavefront. That is nothing but our main Huygens principle thing. So the Huygens principle, it is stated as, so that we can state it as it is, each point on the wavefront is a source of the secondary disturbance. So once it will be started the wavefront, again that in wavefront what all the particles are there, the each particle that will be behaving like a secondary disturbance, and the secondary wavelets which are originating from these points, they are spread out in all the directions with the speed of the wave. And the new wavefront at any later time, it obtained by taking the tangential surface on the forward direction to all the spheres of the secondary wavelet. Let us understand this concept with the help of the diagram. See here, it is one Huygens principle diagram. So first one, S is the point source. So with the help of the point source, the wavefronts which are travel in all the direction. So for that I will take here, first one is in figure, that is AB. So that's spherical surfaces we got here, that AB is the initial spherical wavefront. So whenever you are dropping the stone, at that time the initial spherical surface what you are getting, that is here the AB we have taken. So now this AB is the initial spherical wavefront, that secondary wavelets which are originating from the point on this wavefront, they will travel in all the direction with the help of a speed v in a time t, and they develop into the sphere of radius vt. So the tangential surface, that CD, is drawn to the all the spheres in the forward direction, and it gives the shape as well as the position of the new wavefront after certain time t. See here, now in this case that AB is the initial wavefront, and similarly with the help of this AB, that again all these spheres whatever in the AB are there, now they are behaving like themselves as a source for the secondary wavelet. So with the help of that the secondary disturbance will be occur, and that secondary disturbance will be taken by the tangential surface to all these spheres. So here in figure you are observing the two tangential surface, one is the CD and another one is EF, but we can call it as only CD is our new wavefront, that is the secondary disturbance, not the EF, because we are speaking regarding here the wavefront. Wavefront means in a forward direction. So forward direction is in a CD, that CD is tangential surface itself, we can call it as it is a new wavefront. Generally we call it as it is a secondary wavefront, it is not the EF. So this concept you have to understand. So and all these wavelets, that the secondary wavelets which are originating from every point on this AB, that is they are the source now in all the direction, and they will travel with the same speed of V. How the initial wavefront is traveled with the same speed, the secondary wavelets are also travel in a time t. So after certain time t they will also travel. So then they develop into the sphere of radius r, or of radius vt. So the tangential surface, that CD, which is drawn to all the spheres in the forward direction, which gives the shape and the position of the new wavefront after certain time t. So initial time our wavefront is AB, and after certain instant of time it will reaches the point CD, and that will be taken by the tangential surface. So this is what we can call it as the Huygens principle. So with the help of this principle, we can find out what is the position as well as the shape of the new wavefront by taking the tangential to the all the spheres. So next we can discuss with one more important concept, that is the refraction of plane wave using Huygens principle. So this is a very important derivation. With the help of Huygens principle, how the reflection of the plane wave it will be taken place, that we can see. So for that I will consider, let xy represent the surface which will be separating the medium 1 and the 2. So here I considered first medium is a rarer medium and the second one is the denser medium, and let v1 and v2 are the velocity or the speed of a light in first medium and the second medium respectively. So now consider one plane wavefront, that is AB, that will be incident in the first medium at an angle I on the surface xy. So in figure just you observe that green lines which are there, that we can call it as it is the plane wavefronts which will be acting on the surface, or that will be incident on the surface xy with an angle I, that is an angle of incident I, and the direction that you can also observe the arrow mark, the direction of the wavefront here. Next, according to the Huygens principle, each wavefront is a source for the secondary wavelet. So secondary wavelet from B strikes the surface xy at a C at a time t. Just to observe here. So now AB is our wavefront. So in that AB, all these particles, whatever the circular rings we are getting, that waves they are behaving like now the source for the secondary wavelet. So the secondary wavelet from B that will strikes the surface xy at a point C at a time t we can call. Therefore our BC is equal to, I will call it as it is V1t, because already we know velocity is equal to displacement divided by time, or generally displacement is equal to velocity into time. So our velocity in rarer medium is V1 into time t. Therefore BC is equal to V1t. Now what happens whenever the wave travels from B to C at the same time, the remaining wave from at the A that will be moving towards the secondary medium, that is second medium, the denser medium. So just we can observe here. So whenever B to suppose C, let's suppose in 1 second the wave it will be travel up to certain distance like this much, only this much. So at that time A will also travel a very shorter distance like this. See here, suppose in first second from B to C, if it is moving up to this much distance, so at that time A will be moving a very small distance like this, a very small distance. Similarly second if it is covering this much distance, it will be moving with this much distance. So whenever it will reach from B to C, so at the same time again it will reach up to the certain point. That point we can call it as it is a D point, that the circular rings we have taken like that, and that will be reaches up to the point D, and we can call it as it is an AD is equal to V2T. So to get the position of the new wavefront, we have to draw the tangent now. For that, the secondary wavelet from A, which will travel the distance V2T in medium 2 in the same time T. How much time it will take from B to C, the same time it will also take to reach the A to D, but the velocity is less here. Therefore we can call A is the center and V2T is the radius, and we have to draw the circle in the medium 2. So draw the tangent from the C which touches the circle at a point D. See here we have drawn one tangent which will touches at the point D. So now we can call it as it is Then our AD is equal to V2T, and CD is the tangential surface which will be touching of the refracted secondary wavefront. That angle R we can call it as it is an refracted angle. Hence CD is the refracted wavefront. Our CD is what? It is one refracted wavefront, and let R be the angle of refraction. Therefore, from figure, just to observe angle BAC. So that BAC is equal to I, that is an angle of incidence, and angle DCA, it is an angle of refraction, that I can call it as it is R. Therefore, our BC is equal to V1T and AD is equal to V2T, where V1 is the velocity of light in rarer medium and V2 is the velocity of light in a denser medium. Therefore, from triangle ABC, now you consider the triangle ABC, that sin I is equal to, it is opposite side divided by hypotenuse. So opposite side is a BC and hypotenuse is AC. So sin I is equal to BC divided by AC. And similarly from triangle DCA, just to observe the DCA triangle. In this case again the opposite side divided by hypotenuse you are getting. The opposite side is AD and hypotenuse is AC. Therefore sin I by sin R, that will be getting by BC divided by AC and whole divided by AD by AC. So AC get cancels, you are getting it as BC divided by AD. So already we know what is BC. BC is V1T and AD is V2T. So time taken to reach the point is the same. So time get cancelled, that is TT get cancelled. We are getting it as V1 by V2. Therefore, I can write it as it is sin I by sin R is equal to V1 by V2, and that V1 by V2 is equal to constant. In some book they have mentioned it as sin I by sin R is equal to N or mu. That N is nothing but the refractive index, that is N, or we can call it as it is a mu, that is a constant term. So this represents the second law of refraction, or we can also call it as it is a Snell's law of refraction. So when light travels from rarer to the denser medium, it bends towards the normal. So already you learned regarding this. So whenever light is changing its medium, so it comes from rarer to denser medium, of course it will bend. Why it happens so? Because the velocity of the light in case of rarer medium is greater as compared to the denser medium. So that means in this diagram, just you see AD is shorter as compared to the BC, because V2 is less than V1. It will take the same time, but BC travels a more distance compared to the AD. So thus light has a higher velocity in case of rarer medium and a smaller velocity in case of denser medium. So this is regarding the refraction of plane wave using Huygens principle.